What's up, everyone? Today we're making
芋頭蒸排骨。
taro steamed spare ribs, a dish my dad has made thousands of times.
Hello， 朋友們，大家好啊！上次介紹嗰啲就係豉汁蒸排骨，今次呢，我同大家介紹呢個呢就芋頭蒸排骨嚇。芋頭蒸排骨就好簡單材料嘅啫，排骨我今日呢就係用1磅10安士咁上下噶啦，芋頭呢1磅，梗係要用豆豉啦，豆豉呢度呢用係半嘅安士咁上下，果皮2條葱就夠啦，薑、蒜頭幾粒，紅辣椒。我哋而家呢先嚟洗嗰啲豆豉先啊，啲暖水浸住佢快脆啲嚇，得噶啦，啲豆豉唔係好硬嘅啫。
We're gonna rinse the fermented black beans with warm water 3 times. Then let it soak in the water to rehydrate for at least 5 minutes.
必須浸住佢。
Some people might use the stuff in a jar. That's an option too, right?
啊，
Yeah, you
made
just
it.
put it on top and mix it and then steam it.
Yeah,
不過就要使多啲錢咁啫嘛。
It is more expensive.
Does Daddy have a favorite brand of a jar?
我唔中意。
如果你係冇時間咧，你可以買一樽嘅嚟整。
係一個我唔知道佢用啲咩整嘅。
Anything ready to use have a preserve, preventing spoil, so that Daddy says he doesn't like it.
而家整下啲處理啲排骨先啊，買翻嚟時已經解好晒一條條噶啦，你搣咗一膜咧，嚿排骨就冇咁韌噶啦，係咁樣解佢。嗱，剝咗呢陣膜佢咁咧食咗嚟咧排骨咧就冇咁韌噶啦。
係咪一定要搣啊？
你可以搣啊，嗱咩？
You need to wash the meat before cooking it.
買翻嚟梗係要洗咗佢啦。
仲要浸咧，你係咪浸排骨？
通常唔一定要浸，個個都唔浸㗎啦，係我浸啫嘛。上次嗰啲排骨我就有浸，今次我就洗咗就算數啦。
In our previous steamed spare ribs video, my dad mentions that the reason we wash or soak ribs is to get rid of the blood flavor. A common misconception is that the red juice that leaks out from meat is blood, but it's not. Most of the time, the blood has already been drained by the time you buy it, and the red juice is actually a result of freezing the meat during transport. When you freeze meat, which is about 75% water, the water inside the muscles expands into ice crystals, which rupture the muscle cells. And when the ice thaws, it carries some myoglobin with it. Myoglobin is an iron-rich protein that turns bright red when it's exposed to oxygen. The purpose of myoglobin is to store extra oxygen in muscles that are used for extended periods of time. Interestingly enough, this is why not all meats are red or dark. Beef and pork meat are red because cows and pigs stand and roam almost all day. In contrast, fish meat is mostly white, with some red meat around the fins and tail, because fish float in water, and they aren't constantly using the bulk of their muscles. So if you're interested in soaking the ribs, check out our other steamed spare rib recipe video for more detailed instructions on how to do it.
好啦，我哋一嚿嚿排骨切咗佢先嚇。
What is the best cut of meat to use for this dish?
冇所謂，佢中意嘅有肉就得啦。
Like a less meat is will be not that much flavor.
佢有啲已經係幫你 cut 好晒㗎啦，一條條咁。
Yeah, at home is hard to cut.
Can you use another cut of pork if you can't get ribs?
豬都得，膊頭。我將佢擺過嚟呢度，好啦，排骨就切好啦，然後咧就開啲醃料醃咗佢先嚇。
For the marinade, we'll be mixing together 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, a half teaspoon of dark soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of cooking wine, 2 tablespoons of water, and a quarter teaspoon of white pepper.
基本上就俾齊啲嘢落，嗱我哋攪下佢。
We have all of these ingredients listed on our blog at madewithlao.com, along with step-by-step instructions and video clips to guide you as you make the recipe at home.
將啲味料屙落全部倒晒落嚟，再啲薑。
For the marinade, we'll smash and mince 1 slice of ginger. Then we'll also mince 2 cloves of garlic.
啲乾皮，啲排骨蒸嘅時佢會香好多嘅。你唔中意嗰皮味就可以唔落，但係我哋屋企咧經常都落。
咩味道？
乾皮嘅啲香味，嗰味道你食過先知道佢係咩味道。呢度好多年㗎啦，睇聞下啦，好香啊嘛。
Wow, 6, 7,
有啊
7
，6
years
年
old.
啦，陳皮啦嘛，越來越好啊，有啲10年㗎。
10 years 最短嘅時間係咩啊？
你即刻用都用得嘅，不過冇好味啫嘛。起碼2年啦，1-2年㗎啦。
When I went to Chinatown the other day, I see the orange peel. Oh my god.
$6.
No, 50 or something.
For how many?
A pound.
For trash. No, I'm just kidding. Not trash. You know what I mean?
Trash.
Like right here. We throw away a lot of good things.
Yeah, throw away all those.
That's what I mean.
What is the process of making the peels?
洗乾咪得咯。
Good 陳皮係 the mandarin. You eat the mandarin inside, you just leave the skin and then put under the sun.
In our last video, a lot of people that had tried it got moldy. They didn't leave it in the sun maybe long enough.
They did not dry enough before they close.
So how do you know when it's really dry enough that it won't mold? Especially if you're gonna keep it for many years. Let me hear.
如果唔
Snap.
乾嘅咧，我一搣佢就可斷啦嘛。你係濕嘅，好似呢啲咁搣佢唔斷嘅啫。咁咪乾咯。
Yeah. Have you ever lost a bag and been sad? Like it got wet and got sad?
唔會。
We have too much.
Okay.
After we've minced our ingredients, we'll add it to the pork and marinade so we can mix it all together.
我哋俾齊嗰啲料落㗎啦，我哋撈勻佢嚇。咁樣咧，醃佢半個鐘頭、1個鐘頭咁上下啦，就可以蒸得㗎啦。咁佢就可以索晒嗰啲味料落去啦。豆豉咧，再浸一陣間，浸到蒸嗰時候先撈落去都唔怕嘅。我就咁暫時擺喺度先。撈完之後咧，落少少麻油落去，1個茶匙咁上下啦。整好蒸嗰時候咧，先至再俾啲油上去蒸下，啲生油上去。好，仲有咩咧？芋頭係俾1磅嘅芋頭上去。好靚芋頭，我呢個都愛嚟煮餸㗎啦。嗱，留翻佢。
The English term taro is borrowed from the Maori language, adapted by English traders visiting plantations in New Zealand in the 1700s. Taro is an extremely popular ingredient throughout Asia, Africa, and other parts of the world. In Cantonese, taro is called wu tao and is a staple of Chinese dishes and desserts. If you're buying taro for the first time, my parents recommend the large taro over the small kind. Specifically, look for ones that are smooth, dry, and aren't dark or dull. You should also check out my dad's taro cake recipe, one of our very first videos, and a family favorite, especially during Chinese New Year. We'll carefully cut around the taro with our knife to score the slice we want, which is around 1 pound. Then we'll use our cleaver to chop deep into the taro and split the slice off.
我而家啦就將佢切咗佢先嚇。
With the slice laid down, we'll use our knife to cut off the skin in segments. It doesn't need to be perfectly round here, as we'll be chopping it up further.
切完之後咧，過水嘅，乾淨啲啊嘛，係咪？
We'll wash the slice of taro with water before continuing to cut it smaller.
芋頭等嗰隻，我哋切咗佢嚇。嗱，咁切好唔使切好大嚿。嗱，
We'll aim to chop down the taro to about 1 to 2 inch cubes. One of our editors, hi Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
She asks, can you use frozen taro?
得嘅。
The frozen taro is ready to cook. If I can go to the market buy the fresh taro, I will buy the fresh taro because I know which taro is good. I think for some area you can buy the fresh taro. You use the frozen one.
You have to defrost it first before you cook it.
最好啦，最好啦。
鋪滿個碟底佢，啱啱啲排骨就鋪上嚟面上，咁可以蒸㗎啦。加啲唔啲生抽撈下佢，一個湯匙咁上下。
We'll lightly toss the taro with the soy sauce so it's evenly mixed. I also wanted to make a special shout out to thank all of our wonderful Patreon supporters for helping bring this video to life. If you enjoy our videos and are interested in supporting us directly, head on over to patreon.com/madewithlao to learn more.
好啦，咁就擺喺度得㗎啦。而嗰時候咧，切兩條葱。
Now we'll dice up 2 scallions and 1 small chili pepper.
好啦，菠蘿切好晒擺喺度啦。而家咧就等啲排骨醃陣間先嚇，有1個鐘頭就開始蒸得㗎啦。
After we wait for the ribs to marinate for an hour, we're ready to continue cooking.
而家就開始蒸排骨嚇，俾埋啲豉汁落去先。
My dad forgot to mention this, but he crushed just half of the black beans with a spoon, then adds it to the spare ribs.
俾佢時間撳爛咗㗎啦，撈勻佢，剩翻呢一粒粒嘅咧就擺喺面上嘅嚇，
We'll add 1 tablespoon of oil to the ribs and give it a mix.
將佢擺佢上嚟啲芋頭喺面上嚇。好啦，佢邊嘅咧整完之後咧就攞落飛上中間啦嗱，剩翻咧成粒嗰豆豉咧就鋪喺面上。嗱，呢個就我屋企嘅做法。 最後邊咧啲紅椒仔俾佢粒落去。好啦，如果開火，呢啲滾水嚟嘅。
We'll add enough hot water so that the water level is just above the tray.
開猛火。
With the heat on high and the lid on, we'll let the water come to a boil.
好啦，睇到水滾啦嚇。
We'll carefully place our plate of ribs and taro onto the tray and close the lid.
水滾擺落去蒸20分鐘嚇。開最大火。
So the taste is slightly different if you do it without taro.
一樣，只不過如果你冇芋頭咧，啲汁喺翻上邊浸住啲排骨。OK。OK。
How do you make the meat tender and not tough or chewy?
落啲少少梳打粉落去咯，佢咪可以吸手到多啲汁入去，就肉發脹咗。發脹咗之後咧，佢咪唔會韌咯。你咬落佢咪有汁喺入邊咯。蒸嘅時間你又唔係太長，但係要熟。Oh good, really good。俾嗰啲葱花落去。
咪打爛都
你係吉得落個咪芋頭咪熟咯。有芋頭最緊要芋頭啲排骨實熟咧，嗱喺面上。 汁喺隻底下就啲芋頭晒嗰啲排骨啲汁，哇！啲芋頭好食啊！呢個就係廣東人嘅經典名菜芋頭蒸排骨，希望大家中意。Cheers！ 芋頭蒸排骨。
Oh my god.
My favorite. The taro is so good with the sauce.
I like the 豉汁芋頭蒸排骨 because all have a different flavor. Black bean have a flavor, taro have a flavor, 排骨 have a flavor. But when they steam together, each of them release their flavor. 咩叫 flavor 啊？
中意嗰啲。
哦，good， 叻仔，叻仔。
Cameron, what's going on here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
番薯整就唔好咯。
My mom cooked it that way. Sorry, my papa.
番薯甜得滯，有啲人俾南瓜蒸㗎，南瓜蒸都得㗎。
This is very famous dish in Canton. Can be dim sum, can be home dish.
Did you have it at home?
We do steam 排骨 and I grew up a lot, but not with taro. Because taro sometimes we cannot get in the market. It's kind of seasonal. But in here, all year long, we can get.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
So
Okay.
cute.
It's so cute.